Hello, welcome to another episode of the Pianoforte Podcast. I'm your co-host Felicia, and with me is my co-host Audrey. Hi, Audrey.
Hello.
And today, we have a special guest with us. Hello, Nadine.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, and I finally have another person sitting next to me. Just to clarify, we're in Germany, but fortunately we're in the same city.
In the same room.
It's kind of like the other guests, except Ganesia.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're in Germany. I haven't traveled that much anywhere.
And I'm in Singapore. Still here.
Yeah, right.
But I heard you're coming to Germany next week.
Yes, I am.
That's so exciting.
Next week, as per the recording time.
Yes.
Don't get
Yeah,
excited.
sorry. Yeah.
We don't, as far as I know, we don't have any special content doing anything together.
No.
Okay.
Nah.
But it's going to be exciting. You'll do a podcast sitting in the same room, right?
It would be, but she's traveling like around, like she's always moving.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be moving quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll
a
be
little.
following or...
And I don't think I could afford
yeah.
not to work for a week. It would be a bit of a pain to reschedule. So
Yeah, of
anyway.
course.
Yeah. And also, another disclosure before we officially start. The weather in Germany has been quite rough.
Yeah.
Autumn is coming, and it's coming strong, like very quickly strong.
It's hit
like
me.
I hate this. Like, it's cold for September. This is way too cold.
It is really cold. I usually leave the house in a t-shirt, forgetting that in the night you'll need a sweater and a jacket, and it's killing me.
Actually, I feel like in the morning at like 9 or 10 is like the cold.
Yeah, but you won't find me outside then.
Okay.
I'll be in bed for sure. It's usually after the gigs and after the concerts, like at midnight, 1 a.m. or like last night, 2 or 3 a.m. where it's really cold, I think.
I think 2 or 3 is still okay.
Yeah?
In comparison to 10. 10 is so cold. I don't know. But anyway, it's really cold. It's really odd. And
Winter
it
is
fucks up our
coming.
internet as well sometimes.
Yeah.
So if our connection just be like question mark, there you go, the explanation. It doesn't matter. Almost all providers are struggling right now. So
All right.
yeah. That is that. So, Nadine,
Yes.
how are you? Do you mind introducing yourself? That's also something.
Yeah. So, my name is Nadine, and I think most of your listeners probably know me. I'm 28 years old, and I'm still sleepy. And yeah, I know you guys actually from university, right? Audrey, we
Yes.
studied together, and actually Felicia, while you were still in Germany, I met
Yeah.
you, and we even played a little bit together. So
Yeah.
Come on, Felicia is like 1 year above you, and then you, and then me.
yeah, exactly.
So we're like,
I'm the perfect center.
yeah,
Like I'm lucky. I'm lucky.
just like the other guests that have been here, like Simon and Britta. You're
Yeah.
the same year.
Yeah,
So-
but I'm the bass player. I'm super special.
She is a bass. She is
Yeah.
the only female bass player as well at
Yeah.
our school, which is boss lady. Come on.
Don't ask my boyfriend about it. Yeah. So
Yeah, she's the boss lady, and
that's what people say, but I think I'm very nice most of the time. Like I'm not super
You are
bossy.
nice.
Actually,
Yeah,
nah. Some people tell me I'm bossy, and in the rehearsal room, I'm like, okay, we'll do it like that, but I try to put it in a nice way.
no, but being bossy doesn't mean that you're mean.
Yeah, but I can be bossy and mean, so I'll just
Okay.
take that bet. Forget about it.
I have never seen you being mean to me.
No, I haven't
Yeah.
seen that side of you either, Nadine.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, let's not talk about it then.
Lovely. What a start.
Isn't she lovely?
All right. Yeah, she's also a great singer, as you just heard.
Yes.
Ah, come on.
You are on The Voice.
Yeah, that's exciting.
The Voice Germany 2022.
Yeah.
That is. She's on Team Mark.
Mark,
By the
yeah.
time we upload this, I don't know how far your progress would be. By the time we're recording this, I just know that you're in Team Mark.
Yes. So I just passed the blind audition and chose Mark as my coach. And next week, as of recording, we will have the battle round. So that's quite cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess, I mean, a lot of the audience. A lot of audience, but a lot means like our friends. No, you.
Yeah.
But like for the general public, because this is also just for everybody, not only our friends.
Yeah.
What else do? You need to, and like,
Elaborate.
do you wanna? Yeah. Just
Okay.
elaborate,
Yeah. Sorry.
elaborate
Yeah.
a lot.
I keep forgetting. Yeah. So, well, like I mentioned, I studied with you guys, and now I'm basically teaching, which is also very important to me and very dear to me. I really liked your episode about teaching. That was really inspiring.
Which one? We did a couple.
I listened to one a couple weeks ago. There was no guest. It was just the two of you, and talking about like how to prepare lessons and that you and
probably.
Felicia was saying something about I forgot about it, but that episode was really inspiring. I need to check that later. So yeah, I teach as well. I play a lot of gigs. I'm lucky enough to be a bass player because usually there's a need for a bass player. So
she's wanted, like everybody.
But not
wants.
just me. Like Oliver Schneider is also wanted. It's just the fact that there's no bass player. You know that there are even some bands who like where the poor keyboarder has to do two jobs at the same time. So I'm very happy to be able to help.
Or
bands.
the guitarists have to let their ego down.
Exactly,
and play the bass.
exactly, and yeah, that's why I consider myself lucky because I get to play with many people. So I would say I'm teaching a lot, but I'm also playing a lot, concerts and in different bands. Actually, I have two bands where I'm always playing with. But sometimes it's also like that. People will call me and we have a gig next month, next year, next week, tomorrow. Can you jump in and play bass and sing if they need backings or main vocals? And I'll be like, yeah, sure, if I have time.
What are your two bands?
My two bands, well, basically it's three, but two of them are playing live. So the first one is the Reheads, and the other one is Niklas Bastian, who's my boyfriend. And I'm playing bass in both of those bands, and also singing backings and a couple songs sometimes. And then I have my project with Nadine, with the pianist that also studied with us, where I'm doing like my original music because bass playing is cool, but I'm usually doing a lot of cover songs or helping the bands with their song. But I'm also a songwriter, so my own project is kind of recording stuff and putting it out there without going on stage because Nadine is where she's in the Netherlands right now. Jamie's in South Africa. Gilang is back to Indonesia.
Yes.
So yeah, that's kind of, but that's also quite interesting to work like that.
Also, a little side note: all those names that we just mentioned,
they all studied with us.
We studied all together, and
it's a family.
You know yourself. Hi
to everybody. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing actually.
That is that. Yeah. I mean, what else do we ask you?
I don't know. I like chocolate to the extent that I'll probably kill myself with that. I'm not going to be one of those musicians who die because of drugs. I'm going to be one who's always eating chocolates all day and blood diabetic and blood sugar too high.
Probably same. So, yeah. Nice to do.
Nice to meet you. So and this year they like The Voice, they have talent scouts and they search the internet, and they apparently they found my YouTube channel. Like I don't have many followers, maybe 200 or something. That's not a lot. That's super small, but they found it and they really liked it and they said, hey, don't you want to participate? And I said sure. I participated already in like 2017 when I was like 15 or 16, but I didn't even do the pre-rounds.
Excuse me, how old were you in 2017? It was
not 2017, 2012, sorry. No, wait. Yeah, 2000.
So you're 18.
18, yeah. No, okay. I think it was 2011 because I wasn't 18 then, I was 17, so 2011.
All right, math.
Yeah, no. I suck at math. So now you know the most important part. I don't know any math. So it was
the bassist doesn't know any math. How do you count your beat?
I don't, I feel it. 2011, so I was 17. I didn't make it, and this year when they asked me, I was like, sure. I was lucky because you only had to you have 3 pre-rounds before the blind auditions, right? That's what most people don't know. It's not like that you sign in and then there's
Directly
direct blind
blind
audition. That wouldn't
yeah.
be possible. There's so many people signing up for that. So there's 3 pre-rounds if you want. And
actually, I didn't know that there would be 3 pre-rounds. I thought
3.
it would be only 2
No,
pre-rounds.
it's 3. I think it was 3 for sure because for the first, because it was Corona, I didn't have to go to Berlin, which is like the other end of Germany. So I did send in 2 videos actually. One of the Bruno Mars concert that I did in university with a couple people, and then one of me playing something, and they said, yeah, sure, you passed the 2 rounds. Now the third one, we need you in person and need to see.
Oh, so like 2 online rounds.
2 online rounds because of Corona, and then 1 in person.
But that's cool that you can also use like old material.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's actually the same thing with like university, that like when I applied, I think some of the university do actually allow to use old videos. It's just that I don't think I have a jazzy enough, or like the ones that is like very prominent. Oh, piano enough, because usually piano is quite also in the background.
True. Well, it depends what they want, right? And I think why not use old stuff if you still think it's up to date, it's cool, and you think you did a great job, then that's something you were capable of doing and still are. So why not use that? So, and if they need something that you don't already have, then you will just make a recording of that.
And I think the other thing is that the quality is probably not that good.
But I think that shouldn't be a criteria, because
it's a live concert. It's a fan cam. It's
exactly.
just somebody holding the phone and shakes a little bit when they get excited.
Right. So that shouldn't be a criteria. They
maybe.
should be professional enough to see that
it doesn't affect your playing.
Exactly.
It doesn't affect your playing.
And if they don't see that, then you don't want to be there anyway. Haters gonna hate.
She is such a boss, y'all. Did you hear that?
No, I'm just saying, like, if those people don't, like, if they're like, oh, Audrey, she did an amazing job on the piano,
but the camera
was shaking. That's not people you want to hang out with. Like, okay, bye.
Bye, Felicia. Sorry, that is a meme, Fish. If you don't know about that, bye, Felicia.
I know. I've been told about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it till I went to Germany. That was a meme. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Fish, do you have something? I feel like I've been the one that's like asking us.
Nadine, how do you get started playing the bass?
That's a good question. Well, usually, I got that asked this morning in my interview too, and I said, like, usually what people see is the piano player. That's something you can see and hear. People are used to the sound. They understand what it sounds like. Even with the guitar and the drums, is very visual, and the singer, you hear them. But people usually don't know what the bass is, how it sounds, and what it's for. So when you have kids, they will be like, oh, I want to be like that cool drummer. He's like so cool. And girls will see themselves playing piano or singing even. So I didn't see the bass myself. I was not aware of what it is and what it does. But my dad, he's a musician, and he had this bass, like he had many instruments at home, and one day he brought in a bass, like, and I was like, okay, that looks weird. It looks like a guitar, but it has only 4 strings and it sounds different. So
and it's chunkier.
And it's heavy. It's freaking heavy. But I was like, okay, the sound is very interesting. It did something to me. I don't know. I started playing like super bad, but I started playing and the sound, I really liked it, and I realized, okay, that's the sound I've heard in that song, where I really like this line, but I didn't know it was the bass line, because it was reggae music and the bass lines are very melodic. So I started trying to figure out how it works, and my dad got home and he's like, you know what, I'm in need of a bass player. You are my bass player. So that's how I got started. It was not like I saw it somewhere. It was just like a coincidence, actually, and I'm very thankful for that. So I started playing with my dad and my sister I started when I was 9, and we did that until I was 18 and moved to the US. We played in Germany, in Ivory Coast, in France, and it was usually about like for women's rights and because in Ivory Coast it's they're not that advanced, or they weren't so advanced. So he was always singing about how everyone should be treated equally, especially women and stuff like that. So that's where I grew up in reggae. So that's why I think I have a very melodic playing. And and then I went to the US and my host family was like, oh, you should study music. I was like, nah, I'll never get in. And they pushed me to apply to Berklee College of Music, which is in Boston. And my host family they live next to Boston. And I got in. I was like, sure, but I don't want to pay $60,000 a year, 4 years long.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to do that. And my host family actually offered for taking care of food and that I could live and sleep there, and it was still expensive. So I was looking for an opportunity, and then I found the school in Freiburg where we studied, that it was a partner school. Well, it died long ago, but I didn't know that back then, and that's how I got to Freiburg.
Also, in all honesty, even until my year when I started, it was still a partner school of Berklee.
It was. Yeah, there wasn't much going on, but it was still a partner school officially.
Yeah.
So and that's
I mean,
how you guys.
there are a couple partner schools, in Europe. I think like the Freiburg one. There's one in Spain. Sorry, such a musician thing. You say one word, a song come up.
Yeah, when you got in, do you remember? And somebody said, "Don't worry." I think my boyfriend said, "Don't you worry about," because Audrey said something about being late, and me and Audrey started simultaneously. Don't you worry, child.
And I say, "Don't you worry about a thing."
Yeah, we're both like, and my boyfriend was like, "Okay."
Which one to choose?
Yeah. So.
But that is such a musician trait.
Yeah.
But that is, yeah.
I think it's funny.
Every musician that I know would have at least a little variation of that. You just mention one random word and then you just sing.
Have you guys watched the movie Pitch Perfect? I don't know if it was the second or the first one with the riff off.
I have.
Yeah?
No, I haven't.
I don't remember which one as well, but
where the rule is one person starts a song and where it ends with
it's like with a word and then
you have to pick up you have to pick up the next song with the ending line or ending word actually from the one before, and that's really complicated, but I thought it was really cool.
So if I sing like don't you worry about a thing, so you can start with thing.
Thing, yeah. I can't think of something right now.
This thing is hard.
Thing is hard, yeah.
Thingamabobs. I'm thingamabobs. I got 20. I got plenty.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got a song.
Okay, yeah.
I would start with but that's so it's quite complicated.
You know what? We can have that as a game for the podcast.
You should do that. It's not that easy.
Do games.
It's not that easy, but it's fun.
We sometimes do games, and I feel like at some point I want to collect most of the guests, if not all, if not everybody, then like at least some of the guests, and like have a duel.
Yeah.
Between this guest versus this guest.
And then you would have to put very crazy sound effects like
oh yeah,
when they're kickboxing and stuff like that. Oh, he's down. On the blue corner. I can hear that. I can hear all of that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What is this? I'm having so much fun. Sorry.
Yeah, me too. It's really cool.
You need to chime in, Fish, or else this is just gonna be.
I was just thinking that game that you mentioned. When that happens, I'll be the referee.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not very good with coming up with lyrics or like thinking about lyrics or like.
You can be the scorekeeper, because usually
I'll be the scorekeeper.
Usually when we play games, it's usually just the two of us, like me and Felicia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm usually the scorekeeper, but also timekeeper, but also. It's just like, it's odd.
Everyone has their job.
Yeah, so for Audrey, for all like your chaoticness, you are also the organized one.
True.
You're keeping track of everything.
Because if you're keeping the time and stuff, that's true. Yeah. That requires a little organization actually.
That it is actually. Yeah. And also I keep in line of the schedules of like we record this date, and then like we like we need this certain amount of time to edit and whatnot, and then uploading. I'm usually
Yeah, you were prepared because I have a big screen. You guys can't see that right now. I have a big screen here for my Mac Mini, but I don't have a camera yet, so I would need to buy that extra. And Audrey came all the way prepared. She came with her laptop, so we could have Skyped on her laptop. She also came with the extra camera, so that's really cool.
Because I always use an external camera because it just works better.
You were prepared. So yeah.
The only thing that I came not prepared is audio interface and like mics because
but you knew that I have it. You texted me. So
it's like if I'm asking you like, do you have a toilet in your home? It's like
no, we use the bush out there. Yeah.
Sorry. This is so chaotic. I love it.
I feel like because I'm tired, I'm just like, but I'm having fun.
I mean, same girl, same.
Yeah.
So yeah, what else? Good. Felicia, do you have anything else? Here's the thing, right? It's like 99% of our podcast is just like we just keep talking randomly, like.
I like that.
Yeah. So if you have said an idea or like something that you want to talk about, it's also fine.
Yeah. No, I was actually wondering what you guys think about The Voice because. Like Luca Nozza also participated a couple was it last year or the year before that? I don't remember.
I think 2019 or 2018
something like that.
even.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's like the resonance is really cool. People are like, oh, Nadine, I had so many text messages when my blind audition was aired. I didn't know so many people were still watching TV on times like Netflix and Amazon where you can basically time when you want to watch. So I was really surprised. But at the same time, there are many people who are like, I'm not supporting this show, which I totally understand. Because there's another German show, I'm not going to name it, I don't want any trouble, but everyone will know what I'm talking about. And they have many scandals because they really don't care about the participants. They just want to make it as crazy and as cringe as they can so that people will tune in. And The Voice of Germany is not that way. I just want to say that because they really take care of the talents. There's no time where I don't feel like I can phone them or email them and ask them. They're always there for you. But some people don't know that. And I wanted to ask you guys what you think about shows like that. Because we know it's not just about pure talent. We all know that. Isn't it, right?
Casting shows, here's the thing about casting shows. I feel like to a certain degree, all casting shows would have something rigged. You know what rigged means?
I think so, but please explain.
Rigged means like something that the producer already planned to do. Like it's not 100. It's okay. I'm not saying that like casting shows is always fake. No, but the producers they had like 3 rounds of pre-blind audition. Was it?
Yeah.
The pre-selection thing.
Pre-selection, yeah.
Like 3 rounds, and the producer knows about all of the contestants that are going in. They kind of can already plan out, be like, oh yeah, this and that will probably happen. And if it does not, for example, if it involves like public voting, which the TV cannot really control of,
hopefully.
Hopefully, right? But there would be some certain thing like, okay, if they saw like, oh, this one contestant had an amazing like public response, they might be like tell to the judges, be like, hey, maybe you want to criticize them a little bit so it seems not very like, yeah, obviously this guy will win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the producer would have those kind of things. So I no shade to any shows because it's just how it is basically. But how fake or how real it is, I truly don't know. I've heard stuff, but
yeah, and that's the thing. We all hear so many things like from people who have been there or whose cousin has been there, and like the show that I was just talking about, like with where they don't care about the drama show. My sister was a part of that, so I know firsthand what happens there. And sorry, it's bullshit, really. It's like, she was
Do
supposed
I know
to do
that
things.
show?
I'm quite sure you know. I'm quite sure you know. Everybody, like every German person listening to this podcast will know the show.
The blue one? You're not saying. Okay.
It might be the blue one. I mean, there are not many shows right now, right? Basically everything died. But that's bullshit. And I would never, ever participate in that because I don't support what they're doing and what they did to my sister. And I'm happy she, even interns told my sister when the camera were not rolling, leave the show because it's gonna ruin your life, and when you do what the camera people ask from you, you
say
want.
This on this podcast?
I don't know, like I didn't say any name, but I want to be honest because there's so many young kids out there and children, or like not children but teenagers and stuff who want to prove themselves, and I understand that, and they look for a talent show like that, and it can ruin you. You know how sensitive we are when we're 17 and 18, right? So this is all this casting shows, and I think this era is over. I'm happy about that. And The Voice of Germany, actually, they don't want to be called a casting show because that's not how they picture themselves. They say in German Musikshow, so English music show. And I agree with you that there's probably the producer, and with the pre-selection, I believe, that's just my experience, I believe they just want to make sure that they're not 10 Nadine Traorés, because that would be a boring show. Because first of all, it's entertainment, right? Let's face it, it's entertainment, first of all. So entertainment looks like, okay, we need different people. We need everything. We need someone from the LGBTQ, and we need someone who's black, we need someone, so they try to have
representative.
Exactly, so they're trying to build that up. That's my experience with The Voice. So that's why I think there might be a singer who's amazing, but it's just someone we've already seen or had, so they won't necessarily take them. And for me, I don't think I'm a super great singer, and I think what my specialty is that I was the first bass player ever in 12 years to go on The Voice, and then also female. So that was something that I believe, that's why also plus The Voice, that they said, okay, why not, let's try it out.
Because you have something to sell. You have something unique.
Exactly.
That the producers see that, be like, oh,
and
she would have this. Of course, you're not only the bass playing,
of course
singing
not.
girl,
but people will remember, right? So
yes.
it was, and that's the thing, and that's what I think. Yeah, exactly. That sells. But I also think that it's actually great because it encourages people to not be like others, but be yourself, be unique, try to find something that hasn't been there before, instead of trying to copy someone. And that's what the coaches actually also said in the show. Oh, your singing was perfect, but there was nothing from your personality that I could find in there. So and I thought that was really cool. Yes, because why try to be another Celine Dion? Why try to be another Whitney Houston? They always,
the way you pronounce Celine Dion, by the way.
Celine Dion.
Such French.
Celine Dion. Yeah, so that's why I really encourage everybody who's singing to go to The Voice, like The Voice of Germany, because they take care of you. And yes, it's an entertainment show, but they really make sure that you're fine, and they email you, they call you, you have briefings, especially with hate comments. I got a couple hate comments. People saying I was pretending to play bass. And one even wrote, oh, it's not the voice of guitarist and stuff. So they prepare you for all of that.
It's not a guitar.
Exactly. But they prepare you for that. So that's why, yes,
that's
it's entertainment.
Cool. That's really good. That's the side that I've never heard.
Yeah.
That, they have a team that prepare you.
They brief you. I was, to a certain degree, that I was already annoyed. Like every day there would be an email. But yeah, and they're briefing you. And what I found most interesting, and I think that's maybe something that also you might be interested, how the musicians work on TV, because that's totally different of how we work.
Like the session players?
Yeah, the session players.
They're very different.
They're very different, and that's because when we play live, things evolve, right? Like you connect to the
But they're pretty much more like top.
There's one head. Right, and this person arranges the song, and then they give out sheets, and you don't think yourself. It's not like you can play a little because you feel it right now. Yeah. No. It's the way it's written down. You do it.
It's the same as Broadway shows.
I didn't know that.
Because Broadway shows, some people would put one bar that'd be like bass fill in, but like usually the bass fill in would be written.
Yeah, and that's quite interesting because I've never witnessed that.
Here's the thing about Broadway shows. Usually it's because it's like the cast, they also learn a certain cue from the musicians, like, but they don't have the interaction with the musicians. They don't see, because usually the musicians are under the stage.
Yeah.
So only the conductor can sometimes peek their head up and look if everything's going as normal, and be like, everything is going as normal.
Yeah.
So the musicians have to be like playing as normal.
Yeah.
You don't have the flexibility of like adding your own twist or whatever. And if you're a sub, you have to actually kind of try to make it sound as much as the original player
Exactly.
as possible.
It's I feel like that's like classical music too, where they try to play.
Not not really, because like if, for example, if I play like Chopin, I don't know, a piece from Chopin, like, and then Felicia played the same piece, like we could still have our own interpretation. We still try to like animate it, like we still try to portray the same-ish image, but it could still tell a different story in the end.
Okay, yeah, sure, because you're two different people.
But with Broadway shows, especially, like, you have like 8 shows a week, and everybody that goes to that Broadway shows, they don't go for the music itself, they go for the production, like for the show. Whereas if I'm going to like to a violinist concert, like Hilary Hahn, for example, I'm going for the person. So I'm going for their take on the music. But if I'm going to a Broadway show, I'm expecting this like clang, the sound like that is tied to this show.
Yeah,
and if something changed, I would be thrown off.
Yeah, exactly. That's so interesting, because that's not where I come from. Like, I grew up in a band where everything is random. At the end, it works, but everyone does their job, and yes, you're listening to each other, but it's exactly. So I was and like you said, there was a person in between the talents and the band. You never, like, when you're not when you don't play an instrument like I did, usually you don't have contact to the band. You don't talk to them or stuff. They have their in-ears. They're just talking to each other and to the head person and stuff. And then there's this person on stage who's like communicating for the band and for the talent.
Basically kind of the conductor role.
Exactly. And that was so interesting to witness.
Leader.
And for me, that was an experience I don't want to miss, because I know now if there's a job offer for the TV, I would probably say no, because I'm not the right person for that. I'm very intuitive when I play.
You cannot be in Broadways as well.
I cannot be in Broadways. I will sit and watch and listen to them, yes, but I cannot be in there.
What is that?
Is that a motorcycle?
How was it for you when you were doing the blind auditions, because you played the bass?
Sorry.
Can you say that again? We were both distracted from your background sound. Was that a motorcycle?
That was just a motorcycle.
Ah, okay.
That was
really loud.
Yes. I
we
think it's a
will put
motorbike.
this in.
Or
We
a
will
car.
put this
I
in.
don't know.
Like, why not? Right? It doesn't happen that often. I think in like 1.5 years that we've done this thing, it's the first time that I've ever heard such a loud background noise.
I actually hear this like maybe about once a day around this time. I don't know if it's the same person.
Probably
Maybe
the
it's
same
the same person.
Yeah.
And we usually don't record this late, so that's why you probably
we
didn't
don't.
hear it.
You should meet that person. Yeah, you're in a different place. But back to your question. Sorry, can you ask that again?
Yeah, so I was just saying, because you did a blind audition and you played bass for that. So, like, that means you had some interaction with the session musicians there, right? Or, like,
Yes.
and how did that work out for you? Like, was the line already written for you? Did you write a line for the bass? Or
No, because with the song I played in the blind audition, it was really clear. It was Sir Duke, but the version from Nathan East. And it was very clear what everyone had to play. So there was not much room for playing a fill here or playing there. And if I did that, it was always the same spot, because you only have 90 seconds. And in 90 seconds to, like, I don't know, perform, this is not much time. So it was very tight, actually. And it's not like you go on stage and perform immediately. You have 2 rehearsals. They're called 2 cold rehearsals, and the hot one is right before it'll be filmed. So and you
Do the
the
judges
rehearsals get
sit
recorded.
during the rehearsals? No, right? The
Sorry?
judges. The judges.
No, they're not there. They're not allowed to be there. They're not in the building. They're usually not there because the Voice really wants to make sure that the coaches don't meet anyone from the blind auditions. Starting from the battles, the coaches are around more because, of course, they need to coach their people. But before the blind audition is like filmed, the coaches are not in the building. They're not allowed to. So that's what I find really cool. And I really have the feeling that the coaches are free in their decision to pick their talents. But what I think, and that applies for all of us, I think, they usually already know who is the stronger singer or who could be like, who can I sell more, who is interesting for the, and I think that, of course, but we do that as well. Like when we watch The Voice and we see like 10 talents, you will also have someone where you're like, okay, I think that person. And I think it's the same with the coaches.
But that's also like a thing again about the public view and whatnot. Like, I just remember like the first ever The Voice, the American The Voice.
Yeah.
Because like
I'd love to go there.
This one singer that won. He's also a black guy. I think his name is Javier Colon. I cannot pronounce his name.
I don't know him.
But he's so good. Like even from the blind audition, you could be like, he'd be a great competitor.
But I need to add something when you're done. I need to say something to that.
But yeah, he's not as young as a lot of the other contestants. And sometimes I do feel like, especially in like those kind of shows, age also sells. So when you're kind of a little bit older, it's kind of more difficult to sell.
Really? Yeah, true. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I mean, if you're already 40 and you have family and you cannot really do like a wild tour.
Yeah.
To promote together as the Voice.
But except if you want it, if you go there to leave your old life behind, then that's perfect for them, right?
So there's different backgrounds and like I think there's also that I mean, but why were we talking about this?
I don't know, but what I wanted to say that I oh my god, I don't dare to say that, but I would love to go to The Voice in the US. I'll probably never do that, but I think the coach is there. Right, and I don't want to hate or disrespect anybody, but I feel like the music itself in the United States, it's different from Germany. I feel like they have a different, how can you say?
Different taste.
Yeah, but Zugang also, they have a different because how can you say?
Take.
Different take.
Different what?
Zugang.
Access.
They have a totally different access to the music, especially. I don't want to be racist, but especially like Afro-American people. It's different. But look at Ariana Grande. She's not even African-American. It's not about that, but it's just like the people in the jury. I respect them so much. Like if Ariana Grande would coach me, oh yes, please. I feel like in Germany, we don't have a Celine Dion. We don't have an Ariana Grande. We don't have... Who's in the Voice? Nick from the Jonas Brothers.
Oh,
Nick Jonas was there. Who else was sitting there? The country singer.
Blake Shelton. He was there from the first ever, and I was like, I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, he's quite famous there. Yeah, because of my host family, I know that.
He's big in America.
Yeah, he's huge, and also the Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly was there. Christina Aguilera was.
Oh my
there.
God, I would love that.
Usher was there.
That's
CeeLo Green was there.
Right.
Adam Levine was there.
Yeah, and we don't have those musicians here in Germany.
So many big names, basically.
So many big names, right?
Basically, if you hit the right people, you hit the right connections, and you can just like...
Exactly. So that's why I think The Voice of Germany is really, really cool, but we don't have those big artists here, right?
And I would say it's like that with almost all shows.
Yeah.
Like in America, it's just the media in general. In America, it's just like it sells a lot faster and a lot.
And I mean, I feel like the blind auditions and the battles have the most Einschaltquoten. Like most people watch it then, because those are very interesting phases for people to watch.
Because I feel like the battles and the blind audition is what's so unique about The Voice.
Yeah.
After that,
exactly.
it's kind of just like
Exactly.
same as everything else.
Yeah, and that's why people like blind auditions and battles, and then it goes down, and I think the
final
then
then would be higher
like,
again.
exactly.
People would be like excited again, be like, ooh, who finally will win?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
So yeah, so it's quite an interesting topic. Like, you know,
yeah. We talk a lot about the TV shows then, like
yeah,
talent shows.
and there's so many talented singers in the US too, but also in Germany. I was quite surprised because there were so many talented people.
Oh, here's the thing about America, like the way they speak, even the projection is different than in Germany.
Yeah.
So it's more common for Americans to actually project a better singing voice than Germans, just based on how we speak, how you guys speak.
True.
So that's also like a weird thing.
Yeah, but also interesting. I don't know.
It's very interesting. Fish.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. I didn't realize that was a thing. Like I never noticed that.
About the
projection.
The speaking.
Yeah.
Oh, I learned it from somebody, like maybe Lindsay told me about that. Maybe not Lindsay.
But I can totally picture her saying that.
Yeah, but I can also totally picture Lindsay told me that. But yeah, do you have anything else, Fish, to add? Especially because we have been ranting. I mean, you're the guest, so you're the important girl in this trio, but Fish.
I
don't think I have much to add.
You don't have much to add.
No.
You also have not heard any other different gossips surrounding
Surrounding
the like talent shows and whatnot.
No, I'm not very in touch with the news actually. And I don't
Same
watch
for
a lot
me.
of TV either, so I'm actually
Same
very
for me.
Same.
Yeah.
That
Actually,
was so
same.
embarrassing because I went to The Voice actually without having like sometimes you see it on TikTok, right? Like a little snippet or something. But I didn't even have a TV back then when I participated, like when I started participating.
Do you have a TV now?
I do have a TV now because I watch The
Outside.
Voice now, right? But I didn't have that. And then I also didn't know anything about the coaches. Nothing. Because me as a musician, and that might be bad, I'm in the US totally. I'm like all the songs
Same.
I'm writing, all the people I'm listening to,
US based.
US based or worldwide except Germany.
I also don't listen to a lot of
So
German
when they
stuff.
asked me about the coaches, if I have a favorite, I was like, okay, but who's sitting there? No. Person A, B, C, D. I was like, okay, I know person A a little bit. Person B, never heard of them. Person C, that's getting embarrassing. I was like, oh no, I don't know yet. And then I started like looking up what those people were doing, but
Googling,
I didn't
stalking.
know anything. I didn't know anything. So that was a little bit embarrassing.
Actually, there's one guy he's like, what is it? Is he Irish or something?
Yeah, Ray Garvey with the Raymond, the one who wrote Supergirl. And then she said, da da da.
The thing is that I was not expecting her to go for Team Mark, guys.
Yeah, that's true.
I was expecting you to go with Ray.
I was also expecting myself to go with Ray, but yeah.
It just happened.
It just happened.
Mark just caught you.
But he's also got it like this charming way, like, you know.
He is. He's quite charming.
Yeah, I think he knows.
He's persuasive
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
So maybe in the moment, in the heat, in the stress,
yeah,
you felt it.
And also he's right now for all the students, for all the younger persons, he's
big. He's big
really
in
big, and I think none of my students would have forgiven me if I had gone to Ray Garvey, because we know Ray Garvey, we know the song Supergirl, right?
Yeah,
it's super old, but we know it. But all the students are like, who's Ray? Who's Supergirl?
Yeah, but also Mark is he markets way better.
Yeah.
Like the market, like people just know Mark.
Yeah, but it's a
Foster.
different time for Mark. It's like Ray Garvey. That was like, you know, he's still active and stuff. But back then when he was like known by everybody, it was a different time. We didn't have so much
different
social
generations
media
as well.
Exactly. And now Mark has a really good time because we have social media. He's everywhere to be found. We have Spotify. So that's just different, you know. Yeah.
Different market.
Different market and different marketing for Mark.
Wow. Such a moment. All right.
Yeah.
We're coming to the tail end of this episode.
That was fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Nadine, for your insights.
Thank you for all the dirty secrets.
We're not technically done because we always do one segment that me and Felicia like the most. Yeah.
Okay, so I just leave or?
No.
No, you're part of this.
You're a huge part of this because you're the more important part of this. But it's song recommendation / artist recommendation. Any recommendations.
Any recommendations. Okay.
So, should we start with our guests?
That's mean. I need to think.
Or Felicia, do you want to start?
Yeah, Felicia.
I can start. So again, this is quasi classical. So the album I'm recommending is by this pianist called Lang Lang.
Is it the Disney album?
Yes, it's called the Disney Book. Wait, is it called the Disney Book? Yes, it's called the Disney Book. It was released like 16 September, so quite recently.
Quite recently, as per the time of recording.
Yeah, yes.
By the time this video is out, it's already.
But when will it be out?
I can't remember.
Question.
It'll be out when it's out.
In a month.
Oh, okay.
In a month.
Got it. In a month. Okay.
Around there, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
So all Disney songs, and some of them were rearranged. And then I thought what was pretty cool is that I think like they played Reflection from Mulan, but they had the who play the melody. So one of the traditional Chinese instruments that is a 2-string fiddle that is bowed.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's cute. I think I don't know. I love Disney, and to hear the arrangements there.
And it's equally just like virtuosic because it's Lang Lang.
Yeah. That's what I meant. It feels like this is the good old same tune that I like, but it's a different take, and it's
very different.
Yeah, it's really good.
And his wife sang on one track as well. Can't remember which one, but
I don't know that his wife sang. Okay. Good to know.
So that's my recommendation.
Nice.
Great recommendation. Should
Should
I do mine?
Yes.
Do you still need time?
I still need time, and I probably will need time when you're done, but
That's fine.
yeah.
So as per time we're recording this, one of my not favorite artists, but the artist that I like, just released a song yesterday. His name is Rhys Lewis. I have mentioned his name before. I have recommended his song Alone back some episodes ago. And this time I'm recommending again. It's called Midnight. Again, the same kind of vibe, which is like groovy. Something like that. Singer-songwriter. But the lyrics is somewhat deep and sad. I mean, I could try to read the lyrics if I have my lyrics opened up. I think I do. Yeah, I did. I just Googled it like last night. But here we go. Why don't we run into the night like the sun won't ever come up? Call it the end of the world, start falling in love like it's the first and the last time we get to set our hearts on fire. Deep.
Wow. And romantic.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah.
And also, Kiara just released a song.
Oh, I saw it on Instagram. I haven't listened to it. I need to listen to that.
Kiara is a singer-songwriter, our friend, based in Berlin. I played on that song.
She's in Berlin too?
She's in Berlin since like more than a year.
Everybody left to Berlin.
Everybody left Freiburg to Berlin.
And we're still here. That's good.
We're stuck.
Nah, we're not stuck. We have the more beautiful
view. Yes.
View.
But Kiara just released her album. No, not album. Her
Hashtag
single. But there's an album coming.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Exclusive. Hello.
That's cool.
No, but she has actually posted a couple times on her Instagram, be like, I'm working on my album. I don't know when it's coming out, but she has been working on it.
Nice.
So that's that. I have 2 recommendations, which is hello. Fun.
Nice.
Your recommendation?
I've been thinking, does it need to be musically or can it be anything?
It could also be film.
Anything.
Could be also anything that people
Anything.
Anything?
can
Okay.
can digest.
Because I have had something on my mind that I've been impressed and I've been listening to, and I thought maybe I could recommend it. I have a recommendation and a message actually, but I'm going to start with my recommendation. So, I don't know if you guys know Meghan Markle. You probably know her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Prince Harry's
Yes.
wife.
Yeah.
And I found that she has a podcast. It's called, Audrey, help me, how do you pronounce that? Archetypes? Archetypes. It's called Archetypes. And I really like that because lately I've been thinking a lot about women and music business. Like, it doesn't matter if you're playing an instrument or if you're organizing concerts, festivals, or whatever. And I feel like there's something changing about a lot of stigmas and stuff. And she's talking about, I don't know, for example, the stigma of the singleton, like being happy being single and not married in your 40s, for example, that this is totally okay and you're not, I don't know, because in some cultures it's like, oh, you're still not married? Oh my God. And there are even words for women like that. So that's just one topic. She also talked about the word diva, because today it has a bad connotation, but back then it was such a positive word. And it's so many great things she's talking about, and that really got me thinking about perception, because you enter a room and people are already perceiving something based on their experiences, right? And this can be good and but for women usually
notations, is it?
That's a nice word. Yeah, I've never heard that, but that's
Thanks.
And I think it's not just, I'm recommending this because I don't think only women should listen to this, but also men. And then
because they also have some preconceived notations about men.
Exactly.
Like, if you see a certain type of man, then you have a certain type of judgment.
So it's all of us. We need to reevaluate when we see a person coming in. Are we giving them a chance? Are we believing in them? Or are we already like, oh, she's super young, she's probably not on my level, or stuff like. So there's so many things. That's just like a brief summary, and that's why I recommend this. She actually has been pausing for now because of the death of the Queen. I don't know when it will restart. I don't know how long the official mourning takes.
As the time that we're recording this,
exactly, maybe it's already back on now.
It's mid of September.
Maybe it's gonna be back by the time this episode is out. So that's something I would recommend to everybody, because I think there's so many things changing for the better, especially awareness of people, and I think that's most important. And there goes my message as well. Let's like, especially in time with the Ukraine and stuff, let's share love. Let's try to listen what the other person is saying, and let's look up sometimes, because I feel like I'm caught up in my concerts and my teaching and my stuff, and especially today I have 4 appointments, and I'm not, so let's just, I don't know, be open, look up sometimes, and listen to each other. And listen to the podcast.